Welcome back to the podcast. Today's episode is a real one. We're talking about why you need to stop giving a fuck about what people think, say, or assume about you. Because the truth is that caring too much about other people's opinions will slowly destroy your peace, your confidence, and your ability to live authentically. And this might sound harsh and you might not want to listen, but it's real. So sit down, get your healthy snacks, get your fresh juice or your herbal tea, and pay attention. Okay, so let's just start with the fact that people are going to have their opinions about you. You can't change that. There is no avoiding that. Everybody has their own opinions, and it's okay for everybody to have their own opinions. It doesn't matter how kind you are, how real you are. No matter how much you try to explain yourself, there will always be someone who doesn't like you, someone who misunderstands you, someone who thinks you're doing too much or not doing enough. You're just not going to please everybody. Not everybody's going to like you. And you know what? So the fuck what? Are you really going to allow someone else's opinion about you stop you from doing you? You shouldn't. That shouldn't stop you from being who you are. It's your life. It's not their life. Let them live their life, think whatever they want to think. Let them be, and you do you. What happens when you care too much is that you shrink. You belittle yourself. You start second guessing everything you do. You start overthinking everything you do, everything you say. If you post on social media, everything you post. And what does that mean? It means that you are performing. You're acting. You're not being the real you. You're not being authentically yourself. You're not living your life anymore. You are making decisions and doing things based off what other people are telling you to do, their judgments, their opinions. People are going to hate. So what, dude? People are going to hate. You can't avoid it. You can't stop it. People will judge. People will talk. People will always have something to say, negative or positive. And you know what? It has nothing to do with you. With hate, they are projecting their insecurities onto you. Don't take things personal. Let people talk. Let people think whatever they want to think. They want to get a reaction from you. They want you to get mad. They want you to get irritated. They want you to clap back. Why are you going to lower yourself to their immaturity level? It's not worth it. You're trying to prove something. By you trying to prove something, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, and then you're proving them right. Let them have their limited mindset. They don't have an open mind. When you take it personally, you give it power. You give them power over your life. You let it get to your head. You let it make it question yourself. And then instead of moving forward confidently, you're stuck. You're like, what do I do? You start thinking, what are they going to think? What are they going to say about this if I do it? That's not the way to live. That's not a way to go about things. And it's all because of someone else's opinion, you guys. Opinions are not facts. Just because they say something about you doesn't mean that is true. They might be spreading a rumor. Other people might hear it. They might believe it. That is on them. It has nothing to do with you. That's just people that love to gossip and love to spread rumors. Let them be in their little negative bubble. You know who you are. That's all that matters. So remind yourself that just because someone has an opinion about you doesn't make it true. And it's okay if they disagree. If they say that you don't know what you're talking about, that that's dumb, that they don't agree with you, it's okay. Not everybody is going to agree with you, and that is fine. You're not going to agree with everybody else either. They have their opinion and you have your opinion. People are allowed to believe in whatever they want, but you are also allowed to believe in yourself. You are allowed to trust your voice. Just because they say something that doesn't agree with what you are saying doesn't mean that your belief doesn't matter. That doesn't mean that you should change your belief or alter your beliefs. Stay true to you and stand on what you believe, because that's what you believe. So it's time you stop letting people control your life. When you care too much about what others think, you start living for them. You start asking the questions. What will they think? What will they say? Will they like me? Will they continue to be my friend? Will they agree with me? Will they approve of it? Will they accept me? When instead, you should be asking, what do I want? What feels right to me? What aligns with who I truly am, with what I am becoming? Because when you start living for them, you start losing yourself, because that's you putting everybody else first, everybody else's happiness instead of yours. You're making decisions based on expectations of what you think might happen, because you might want them to agree with you on something, to like you, to accept you. But let's say you do what you think they're going to like and then they don't end up liking you. What was it all for? That's not freedom. That's control. You're letting them control you. You lost control of your own life. And sometimes it's not even them intentionally wanting to control your life, but you just give them the power, because then they will then see it. They will notice everything. They're observing your decisions based off of their opinions, and then they will use that to their advantage. The mental toll that it takes on you, you guys, it's insane. Like, it's fucking you up. Caring too much about what other people say about you will destroy your mental health. Your mind becomes so loud, it becomes so chaotic because you're worried too much about what people are going to say. It's those questions. What are they going to think about me? Are they going to still love me? Are they going to approve of this? You have all these questions in your head. You don't know what to do. You're just there, anxious, experiencing anxiety, leading to a panic attack. It's all these outside voices that are now inside your head, not allowing you to listen to your own voice. You're worried about being judged. You're worrying about being disliked. You're worried about being kicked out of the friendship. You're worried about your partner breaking up with you. When you let go of all that, it's so freeing. Like, you literally feel that weight lifted off of your shoulders and your mind goes quiet. And it feels so fucking good. You don't want to get to that point where you lose trust in yourself, where you're not connected with your true self and you don't listen to your inner voice, where you're not listening to your intuition because you're too busy trying to manage everybody else's perception about you. That's exhausting. You literally lose yourself by trying to please everybody. You're being someone specific with this person, somebody else with that person. It's just too much. You're playing all these characters. It gets exhausting. What does that lead to? Depression, because you're putting on a mask for all these individuals and you're saying, fuck yourself. It's not right. And you shouldn't be living like that. You shouldn't be putting on any mask for nobody, trying to be liked, trying to be loved, trying to be accepted. You want to be who you really are, because when you are pretending to be somebody else, you're preventing yourself from attracting people that truly align with the real you. You lose control of yourself. It gets draining. You feel disconnected with your true self. You feel all over the place. You don't even know where to go. You don't even know who to please, because you are constantly shifting depending on who is around you. And the truth is that you are not meant to be everything for everyone. It's an impossible standard, and chasing it will make you feel empty every single time because you are prioritizing everybody instead of yourself. It's time to take your power back. It gets to a point where you have to decide, am I going to live my life for me or for them? Because you can't do both. You can't be your authentic self by also trying to be someone that everybody wants you to be. So you have to let go. You have to stop giving a fuck. Let people have their own opinions. Let people misunderstand you. Let people think whatever they want to think. You do you. You keep speaking your truth. You keep showing up for you, and you keep being your authentic self. And do it all unapologetically. That is all self-love. Love yourself unconditionally. Reclaim your fucking peace. When you stop giving a fuck, you feel lighter. You feel freer. Like, you literally feel it, you guys. The energy, you just feel so light. You automatically feel happier. You don't realize how draining it was to pretend to be somebody you're not by trying to please everybody else instead of yourself, until you let go of all of that, of trying to please people. Letting go of those external voices that got inside your head. That's when you're like, wow, I was drained. They would just drain my energy. I wasn't living my life. That's when you realize that you were living for them. And now you start living for real. You start living your own life. You are in control now. You make decisions based off of what feels right to you. You express yourself with no fear, without those external voices, without those questions. Are they going to judge me? Are they going to like me? Are they going to accept me? Are they going to love me? You let go of all that. You now protect your peace. You come back to your true self. You let go of all of that. And you let go of people. Those people that weren't supporting you. Those people that were telling you that you were dumb. That honestly didn't agree with you either. Because why would you keep surrounding yourself with people who keep disagreeing with with you. If you guys are constantly going to bump heads, why would you stick around with those people? Especially if they're the ones that just love to argue, love to constantly bring it up and just say that you're wrong and that they're right, when nobody is really wrong or right. It's just that everybody has their own beliefs. You can talk about it, but people love to argue. They love to say that they are right. You don't want those people around you. I would want to be around people that agree with me. I want to agree. I want to be on the same level. I don't want to keep bumping heads. I'm not saying I'm not going to surround myself with people who disagree with me. That is totally fine. But they're not going to be people that love to argue. I'm such an open-minded person. I don't care if you don't agree with me. I'm not going to make somebody else agree with me. I respect your beliefs. When I'm talking to people, I respect what they have to say. I actually love seeing other people's perspective that is totally different from mine, that doesn't agree with mine, because that allows me to see a certain situation with a different point of view. I still might not agree with it, but I might understand it. You know, that's the thing. You don't have to agree, but you might understand, and people just don't want to fucking understand. Like, it's okay to disagree, but it's also okay to understand. And with me being open-minded, I know I'm going to attract other open-minded friends because that's just my vibe. That's my energy. That's what I give off, and that's what I am going to receive. That's like when I quit drinking. I stopped surrounding myself with everybody who kept drinking and those that didn't support me and that didn't agree with me, because why am I going to hang out with people that keep drinking? Alcohol isn't good for you. It's unhealthy. It's a fucking poison. And other people were just in denial and they didn't agree with me, and I said, okay, like that is totally fine. I'm not going to make you change to stop drinking alcohol, but I just don't want to surround myself with you, with those certain type of people, because they just kept saying shit to me. Believe what you want to believe. If you want to keep drinking, go ahead, keep poisoning yourself. I just don't want to do that, and I just don't want that energy around me. So just remember that people are always going to have something to say, negative or positive, agreement, disagreement. People have their own opinions. Your voice is yours. You have your intuition in your inner voice. Don't listen to those external voices. Your beliefs are yours. That moment you stop letting those outside voices control you is the moment you step into your power. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, where are you seeking approval? Are you living for others? Take a moment to see, what would it look like for you to live your own life? What would it look like for you to choose you, to make decisions based off what you truly want to do and what makes you happy? I appreciate you so much for listening or watching this episode, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.